So good morning, dear student. Today we will meeting again on another video lecture from the International Business Environment series. That is the part of the unit number 5, and this speaks about the ethics in international business, as ethical practices are very essential for the organization. So here we will discuss some issues related to the business ethics. So I hope we are able to see the screen. Yes. Yeah. So business ethics, as it is derived, you can see business that makes nothing but money is a poor kind of business. Who said this? This is said by Henry Ford, a leading entrepreneur, owner of the founder of the Ford Motors. So this is important to see that a leading entrepreneur is speaking like this. A business that makes nothing but money is a poor kind of business. So you have to be, you have to think about this, that you need not to make only money. You have to work for the people because you are taking resources from the society. So to define further, the word ethics is taken from the Greek word ethikos, pertains to the characters. Ethics is a science of conduct. It deals with certain standard of human conduct. It is a mass of moral principles or set of values about what is right or what is wrong, what is true or false, fair or unfair, proper or improper. What is right is ethical, what is wrong is unethical. So keep this in mind. So we can say, according to Peter F. Drucker, who is a leading management guru, there is only one ethics, one set of rule of morality, one code that individual behavior in which the same rules applies to everyone alike. Ethic is a branch of philosophy which is systematic study of selective choice of standard right and wrong by which it may ultimately be directed. So ethics is generally coming to know what is right or what is wrong. So this is what you have to find out at your workplace. Doing right, doing wrong at workplace is very important, and especially in the context of the international business, when you are working with the different people at different places, knowing what is right, what is wrong is very important. So you can say, it is the rules by which the propriety of business activities may be judged. It's concentrated on moral standards. They apply to business policy, institutions, and behavior. It is application of ethical values in business. So why do we need business ethics? As business operates in the society, so we need a business ethics. Every business, irrespective of the size, exists more on ethical means. Whether it is small, whether it is large, you have to be rely on the ethics. Only then you will be valued in the society. The business needs to function as a responsible corporate citizen in the country. Nature. The ethics are applied to human beings only as they have the freedom to decide the degree of ends they wish to pursue and the means to achieve the ends. It is a systematic knowledge of moral behavior. It determines what is right and what is wrong. And the objective of business ethics is to establish a standard for good conduct. This is what is required. Companies want to establish a good conduct, so they adopt the policies of business ethics. They suggest and prescribe recommendations about the do's and don'ts of the business. There are 3 C's of business. We are studying the theory part here, then we will see some examples, so you'll be more understanding what the C's and how they are helpful in organizations. So it is compliance with law, morality, and company. It is contribution to the core values, quality and employment, and its consequences towards environment and social responsibilities. So why we talk a lot about business ethics? Because it gives you a positive relationship with the society. It increases the goodwill of the business. It gives a protection to the company, to the environment, to the society. It gives a self-satisfaction. It encourages others. If you're practicing ethical, then you will encourage other businesses to develop. It helps in success and development, and it is a new, it is not a new management, but it always helps you to develop something new in yourself. So we have seen some theoretical part of the ethics. Now, how it is applied in business, now we'll see about this. So there are some ethical questions related to the business ethics in international business. When working, question number one, when working conditions in the host country are inferior than the home country, then what standard should be applied? So the answer is establish minimum acceptable working condition. Do not take advantage of the non-compliance of a poorer working condition of a host country for your own benefit. So you should adopt a minimal acceptable working condition standard and audit your foreign subsidiary or subcontract on regular basis that whether your subsidiary or subcontract is adopting that minimum conditions or not. By this, you can develop a strong ethical practice. Another is rights are taken for granted in developed countries like right to speech, freedom, association, freedom of assembly, freedom of movement, but it is not the case in all parts of the world. All rights are not there in different parts of the world. So what is the responsibility of the company when operating in another country? They should not violate the human right. If the rights are not practiced in that country, they should not operate. They should rather follow it more properly as they are following in their own country. Environmental issues. You should not take. Question is ethical issues arises when there is a difference in the environmental standard of host country and home country. In your country, environmental standards are tighter. In host country, environmental standards are not so tight. So you are taking the advantage of host country, but ultimately you are affecting the whole environment of the earth. The example is Coca-Cola plant in Kerala. Coca-Cola plant 2003-4, they have opened a bottling plant, but soon after opening it, it has disturbed their ecological concerns of the areas as the water level has gone down because of the use of water by the Coca-Cola. So villagers of the Kerala Palchimana village protested against the plant. It is a regional environmental issues, and finally they have to stop. They have to stop the bottling plant in that particular area. So if Coca-Cola initially adopted the ethical practices, then this would not happen. Corruption, another practice. You have to see moral obligations. You have to be morally obliged to the societies. So as a manager, you have seen certain practices of the ethics in international business. You can adopt few things. Favor high and promote people. Favor hire and promote people with a well-grounded sense of professional ethics. So you have, while hiring the people, you should see that that person is ethically sound or not. That person is having some concerns to a society or not. If you do this, the chances of right people at right place will be there, and the person will definitely adopt the ethical practices. It should build an organizational culture that places a high value in organizational ethics. So organizational ethics should be kept at top. Make sure the leaders with the business not only articulate the rhetoric of ethical behavior, but also it's a manner, act in a manner that is consistent with the rhetoric. That means they should not only show that they are ethical, they should always practice the ethical values in them. Implement decision-making process that requires people to consider ethical decision-making process. So incorporate ethics in the decision-making process and develop a moral courage to practice the ethics. If you do this, definitely you'll select the right people at right place, and this right selection will help you in practicing the ethics in the organization. So I hope you would have understood the basic concepts of ethics along with the practical examples in the international business. So thank you very much. We'll meet again in the next video. Thank you very much.